What's up, everybody?
Hey, hey,
Another Sunday. Welcome. How you doing, Danny?
awesome. I'm going to hang out with you for a little bit here before I go and do some stuff in town with Liz.
Awesome. Yeah, we got a lot on FOC this week.
A lot of stuff that I'm into for sure. I'm glad to be back
Yeah.
on here for this one.
Shout out to everyone in the chat. Astro Wizard here was here an hour and a half early.
Holy cow.
I think
I think I'm crazy when I go 20 and 30 minutes early.
He left, and I wonder if he's back now.
Last week you went early, didn't you?
I was an hour early last week.
I bet that's why he was here.
Yeah. What's up, Lewis? What's up, Sith? What is going on, everybody? Bricks, what's going on? Caroline, Copy 801, what's going on? Comic Con, who else? We got everybody in here. I think that's everybody.
Say hi to Wes.
Yeah, he was second one in here. Shout out everyone. Thank you to Sith for the kind words last night on spine ticks. If you guys were watching last night, you know I'm not going to be regularly on there. I'm going to probably pop on as a guest here and there, but lots of good things going on over here on the channel. So going to do some more interviews, some more reviews, all that kind of stuff. So thank you again to everyone's kind words last night, and we'll get this kicked off. So add this over here. Ahoy, indeed.
Ahoy.
Let's see what we got. Oof.
Yeah, we got some good stuff here.
Yeah.
DC and Image for me, this particular go round is very strong. It's going to be a huge pickup week for me.
Yeah. It's once this hits, so this is about 3-4 weeks out. I think DC, we were looking, these books come out May 11th. Some of them, so it's about 4 weeks out. I think the Marvel stuff might be 3 weeks. It all depends. Sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 4.
Yeah.
But let's start talking about stuff on Lunar, which right now is still just DC, but is it next week or the week after? One of these weeks in here. Yep. So next week, look at this. Scout Comics is on Lunar for FOC. So something to keep an eye on. But let's talk about this week's FOC. So today is 4/11. So DC's FOC is today. Everybody else is tomorrow. So I think one that you're looking forward to, Danny.
Absolutely. I really loved issue 1, and I think I believe issue 2 comes out this week of that. One of the things to notice, yeah, it's a $7.99 book. A lot of people are worried about that. I've seen in the chats and stuff, but they're thick, and there literally are 4 comic stories in one. So it's not like it's not valued. Like I thought it was all quality. So I'm excited for this whole series.
Copy's ready for the DC.
Yeah. Because there's not just Batman. There's obviously it's Batman, but it's like Grifter has made his way in, and Red Hood and all that.
Yeah. So speaking of, we got Grifter here, right?
I'm definitely going to try to get that variant.
Cool cover here, David Marquez, and then we have another one with Grifter on it by Simone Bianchi. Bianchi. He looks pretty beat up here. Is that actually? Is
it Red Hood? No,
it actually might be Red Hood. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's why when you showed it earlier, I was like, I don't know. But I don't know. Either way, I want the A cover and the second cover with the Grifter.
Yeah.
I want both of those.
Absolutely. There's some trades and hardcovers here as well. Aquaman Deep Dives, Batman Damned, and Batman Earth 1 Volume 3. So we got Crime Syndicate 3 of 6 with David Finch on cover A here. Not one I'm reading. I don't think it was one you're reading either.
No, but shout out to T-Rav because he really likes Crime Syndicate.
Yeah. Sith's super pumped on that Bronze Age DC.
Cool. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. That's where they get some of these, they take some of those ideas back from old stories and bring them into new stories, fresh takes, all that. So
that's an interesting cover. And I think people were buying it on cover alone.
Yeah, I think people were talking about this cover. It's Babs Tarr did the cover art on this, who I think she's had some good covers in the past. and I think people were looking to buy this for a cover buy too. DC Comics Generations is getting a hardcover, and then we have the DC Festival of Heroes, the Asian Superhero Celebration #1 one-shot with a cover by Jim Lee here. We got different writers and artists on the interiors. It is a $9.99 price tag, but it sounds like it's going to be packing a lot of different stories into it.
I think it's going to be some of the Urban Legends where they're because those books are thick. They really are loading them up.
Yeah, and I know you're excited about a certain character here.
Yeah, Cassandra Cain. They bringing her back and stuff. And as everyone knows who's watched it, she was in Birds of Prey, and they kind of brought her back that way. But they've been they're trying to return her to the full DC continuity. So that's pretty cool. Cassandra Cain's an awesome Batgirl.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we've got this cover, which I think has been getting some buzz because that's her right there on the cover, and it's an Art Germ cover. Art Germ looking like he's doing his best work here.
Yeah, it looks incredible. In fact, I'd probably get that over the A cover.
Look at that. So it's a Batgirl homage.
Yeah.
All right. And then we have Monkey Prince on the 1 in 25.
Wonder if he's related to Professor Chimp or Detective Chimp. I would say Professor Chimp. I don't know why I said that.
I don't know anything about this character.
Me neither.
I don't know if he had a lot of history at all, or if he was a new character that they made for this, or what the deal is here.
Yeah, Copy said these specials are usually 80 pages. That's right. The Urban Legends and the Valentine's Day one. I wasn't real big on the Valentine's one. It wasn't that great. There was one story in there that was decent, but the Urban Legends one was just from cover to cover excellent. So they're doing good with those 80-page ones.
Why don't new comic book videos come? Have I missed something?
He means your channel. You didn't upload a new comic book day video.
Oh, I haven't done one of those in probably like a month. I feel like there's just so many other things going on that I've been doing recently with interviews and reviews. But yeah, at some point I'll do another one. It's been a little while. We've got, let's see, Deceased, Hope at World's End hardcover, Dreaming Waking Hours #10 in the Sandman universe, writer G. Willow Wilson, who I believe that was the writer on Miss Marvel. I think, if I'm not mistaken. We got Green Lantern #2. Somebody's dead. That's all I got on this one.
Probably a lantern.
Oh, here. Look at that. We got a spoiler.
Oh.
And Far Sector here, the Green Lantern from that, right on the cover of cover B. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. A surprise appearance by one of the newest Green Lanterns may be all that stands between the core and oblivion. Spoiler. It's her. So that's kind of cool.
What's this?
Happy says Green Lantern was #1 was solid, and the cover B looks pretty cool. Yeah, agreed. And I know you were going to be reading Man Bat.
Well, I picked up issue 1, and it went to my read pile, and it hasn't come up yet because it wasn't a priority. But all the Man Bat covers have been really good, and I do like the Man Bat and Justice League Dark stuff. So
I think I'll
probably end up getting a trade on that.
Got Kyle Hotz on the covers, and his art's really cool. It's like this style right here we got going on.
Is this issue 5? Yeah, or 4? It's issue 4
or 5. So it's almost
all the covers have been great.
Yeah, so it'll be wrapping up, and then you'll probably get a trade in 2 or 3 months. And then we move on to the next Batman Second Son, #2 of 4. So we've got Tim Fox. I think this overall was supposed to be telling the more like origin story of Tim Fox as Batman, who we saw in Future State. This is a pretty cool cover here, fighting some clowns. And this is a fun one by Matt Matina.
Yeah.
What's going on, Fable? Welcome in. Just talking about that final order cutoff. We got Rorschach, #8 of 12 here. Tom King's been doing this run, so
I really need to read that too. That just went on the back burner. Also, I picked up one of the really cool variants of issue 1.
And we've got the kind of the classic Watchmen style cover here, which is a pretty cool cover. And then you're reading this one too, right?
Sensational.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah, and that's another one that's had really good A covers and variants. And I actually ended up with the variant of issue 2, and yeah, it's good. It's like they decided for whatever reason to run a second Wonder Woman story in addition to the other, and everybody's been telling me they think this is actually better than the mainline Wonder Woman.
Hey, everyone likes a different take on things. So
she's like got bacon around her. Look at that.
This is a pretty cool cover.
It's cool.
The bacon.
bacon and lollipops.
Oh man,
it's cool though. I like the A cover on that one though.
Yeah, I think people were talking about because there's like all these cell phone cover kind of things, like selfie covers.
Yeah,
people like them.
That's one of the better ones for sure.
Yeah. Let's see who else. So we have this this one shot here, Stargirl Spring Break Special #1. Jeff Johns on the writing and Todd Knock on the art, bringing together the 7 soldiers of victory who are reuniting to unearth the secret 8th soldier of victory. So that's this question mark here.
Yeah, I'm picking that up also because Stargirl is something I've never read and I've been somewhat interested in. And so this seems like the perfect time as any to jump on, especially with a great cover like that one.
Yeah, I like this solo cover here.
Is her villain the Iron Giant?
Seems to be. Yeah. I don't know what else to say there. He's the right here too.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what's going on there. And here's another one that I know you're hyped
Yep, I'm on it. I've been getting them as they've come out, and it's my first time into the actual Suicide Squad comics, and I am really enjoying it. There's a focus on Peacemaker. Superboy's got mind control going on him, and the Talon has been made a member of the Suicide Squad.
What I like about this issue is we're going to see a crossover with Teen Titans Academy, which is interesting that just started and it's already having a crossover.
But there was a plan from the beginning on that one. I remember when they were both launched. Well, I mean, obviously it was planned, but I mean, like they put it out there that they were going to cross them.
So that robot is her sidekick, Stripe.
Oh, okay.
Not her villain. Whoops. He looks a little villainous.
Yeah. That's a great cover right there. And this Peacemaker stuff is really good.
Yeah. And then we've got a cool Red X cover here by Gerald Perel. They've got a lot of good covers for DC this week. And speaking of, we've got 2 Poison Ivies on this cover. Mm-hmm. I know somebody's excited for this cover.
Oh yeah. So Caroline, I won't be picking up this one just because I haven't been on the Swamp Thing train, but that does look really good.
What's up, Real Rude? What's going on? But yeah, this is really cool. We've got, I believe it's supposed to be like her like evil side or something.
I don't know what's going on with that. I know that Ivy has both fought Swamp Thing and teamed with him before. So I don't know what's going on in this series.
And then we have a Kyle Hotz cover here with Ivy in the background there looking pretty menacing. This is a pretty trippy cover. It kind of also reminds me of oh no, I just blanked on his name. The guy who did the art for Silver Surfer Black. Brain is just forgetting things right now. But it kind of reminds me of his trippy style. Someone in the chat probably can bring that answer. Then we have a Sweet Tooth Compendium and Tales from the DC Dark Multiverse 2 hardcover.
I think Sweet Tooth was recommended to me by Phil, actually. Yeah,
it's Jeff Lemire. So that I know you've had some Jeff Lemire books that you weren't the biggest.
I've had some woes with Jeff Lemire. I don't want to judge the guy completely, but 2 different series that I tried reading that he took over, I wasn't happy with the takeover.
Thank you. Tradmore. I kept thinking Todd in my head, and I'm like, that's not it. Trad. The Swamp Thing B covers have been pretty intense. Absolutely.
Yeah.
The Department of Truth 4. Yeah. And so that Department of Truth, I think it was 4 B cover was by Tradmore.
Okay, then it wasn't Phil. He said I've never had Sweet Tooth. That must have been Nola, because Phil, you gave me a Jeff Lemire recommendation, and Nola gave me one. So Nola's must have been Sweet Tooth. Either way, it stuck with me, and I remember that. So I'll probably flip that book in the store and see what I think of the interior.
Yeah, and I think he's better known for his own stuff. Indie stuff, his independent.
And that's Black Label. Black Label stuff's been awesome.
Yeah, that's where because this is actually an independent thing that he did under DC Black Label, so it's not like our DC Universe people. So that is it for DC's Final Order Cutoff.
What's the Tales from the DC Multiverse? I don't even know what that is.
That is
a bunch of crazy stuff.
Tales.
That's an oversized comic
Dark
too.
Multiverse. We got Batman Hush #1, Tales from the Dark Multiverse Flashpoint #1, Tales from the Dark Multiverse Wonder Woman War of the Gods #1, Crisis on Infinite Earths #1, Dark Knight's Metal #1, plus the stories that inspired these tales from Batman 619, Flashpoint #1, Wonder Woman War of the Gods #4.
This is too much.
Crisis on Infinite Earths #12, and Dark Knight's Metal #6.
Man, I'm already picking up like 8 DC books this week. I can leave that one.
Yeah, and so these will be coming out. So some of them are coming out May 4th, some are coming out May 11th, but your order for them is due today.
Okay, then that thins it a little bit.
Just because you were looking, is Batman Urban Legends #2 is coming out this week. You were right.
Yes, and same with Detective 1, which I think that one's going to be really interesting because it's supposed to be an all new storyline with new Batman allies and new villains set in Europe.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's move on from Lunar to go on over to Diamond and previews. Let's see what we got in the chat before we do that. It retells classic stories as if they happened in the Dark Multiverse. That's what that whole thing is. Anthology stories.
That's interesting. Copy.
All right. So let's head into Image Comics. We've got Bliss #7 of 8. One that I haven't been reading, but I've heard good things about. So once the trade comes out on this one, I'll probably read it that way. But cool cover. And we're heading to the end of this series. Commanders in Crisis #8 of 12. We have 4 different covers here.
That would be a really expensive completion.
Yeah, each book has had like anywhere from 4 to 6 covers. I don't remember if there were ratios or not on issue 1. I stopped, I think, after issue 2. This is the end of a story arc.
Didn't you say that you liked it enough that you were interested in the trade, but not as a pickup?
I'd probably pick up a trade after the whole thing's finished and read through it. It just wasn't, it was always that one I was like, well, I'm going to read this this week.
Yeah.
And I figured, well, if I keep saying that, why keep reading it? House by the Lake is not on FOC this week. I can do a little search on Lunar to see. That was announced. So I bet that's probably not on Final Order Cutoff till it's probably not going to be soon, but let's see. Not there. Let's just throw it into May.
Oh, that Harley cover looked crazy.
Yeah. Let's just keep throwing around and see. I don't know exactly when that's going to pop up. It's going to be hard to just kind of flip through here. They don't have a search on their website, so makes things a little harder. Not seeing it here. I'm just kind of jumping around.
Mm-hmm.
Not there. Okay, that's a weird. It's only Scout on that. It's a different day too. EFG. Yeah, I'm not seeing.
Comic-Con says it just hit previews, so FOC won't be for a while.
Right. That's what I was thinking. I just didn't know how far out they even have this set up. This doesn't even look very well set up. But
was that a Supergirl trade for like the old, or is that something new they're doing?
Supergirl Adventures Girl of Steel trade paperback.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's from whenever that's the companion to the like Superman cartoon from back in the 90s.
So it's gonna be a while. Caroline saying she finally dropped Commanders in Crisis. Yeah, I think it's a trade read for me. But yeah, so that I agree. Usually though, if it hits previews, that's gonna be 2 months out. So we should be seeing probably in a month and a half. Maybe it'll go ahead and be on FOC, but we've got some time till that happens. All right, moving on. We've got Deep Beyond, number 4 of 12. Great A cover by Andrea Brocardo, ending the first story arc here at issue 4. So we should have 3 story arcs then. This has been a good read. I liked it.
Covers look nice. I don't know anything about the story.
Always great covers. Like there's always some sort of like almost underwater horror type cover, right? And Dolfo always has a cover B on these. This one I'm probably going to pass on. Just it's so white, and I don't get a lot of her art, which is really in good art all the time. But A cover for me on this one, I think. Let's see what we got. Release is 6/1, so FOC will be in May. Yep. There we go. For the House, what was it? House by the Lake. Yeah, from James Tynion. So that's going to be a DC Dark Label book. What's going on, MacB? And some Merca and Dolfo love. And look at this. We got the return of Die, number 16, Stephanie Hans. I think this is going to be our final story arc. Yeah, Die's closing arc. So we will end up with 20 issues for a 20-sided Die, of course, which I just love that they designed it that way. And the numbers, of course, have been in the different spots on the Die, on the covers. I think they do that on the back where they put it in the right spot. We've got a cover B by Alberto Veranda, which is really good too. I'm excited to see this return. I really need to catch up on this. I'm way behind, but I really loved volume 1, the first story arc, and so I need to find some time to catch up on the rest. But I've been collecting it still. Firepower issue number 11. Issue 10 was really good.
Super cool though. I don't know anything about that series, but
it's a really good series. Definitely recommend checking it out. I think that probably a good explanation, it would be like a mix of Iron Fist and like Avatar, but like only firebending.
Oh,
something like that. Ninjas, martial arts. It's a good read. I think it's planned to be ongoing, so I don't think there's any definitive end yet for it. And something we haven't really had for this series is a cover B here, which is a Asian Pacific American Heritage Month cover. So this is really cool. Got a B cover here that's got some great art on it. We'll keep it moving over to the Good Asian, number 1 of 9. That's interesting. 9 cover. Yeah, 9 books. I don't see that as a common end point. Maybe they're doing 333 or something like that. It's a 3-issue story arcs. Pornsak Pitchits. I can't say this right name.
I got this sack of porn over here.
Oh man. It's a long-awaited follow-up to the critically acclaimed Infidel with stunning art by Alexandre Tefenki.
Good Lord.
Following Edison Hark, a haunted, self-loathing Chinese-American detective on the trail of a killer in 1936 Chinatown.
Yeah.
So we get a Chinatown noir starring the first generation of Americans to come of age under an immigration ban. The Chinese as they're besieged by rampant murders, abusive police, and a world that seemingly never changes. So it's noir. It's
that's the most interesting aspect of it, for sure.
Yeah.
We both read the back issue of that. Did we figure out which book that was we read that in?
It might have been Silver Coin that had the preview. I can't remember.
It was either
Oh, here.
Yeah, Nocterra 2. Okay, yeah.
Okay. We read that we both read like 3 image books.
And we were really confused by their choice of that segment to put in there. Not saying it's going to be like a terrible book or anything like that, but like it just didn't seem like a something you would put as the preview.
Yeah, for me, it didn't have me as excited for this as I thought I was going to be. And so I'm probably not going to read it, but it looks like it could be very good, especially if you're into noir style. Or, I mean, even if you're just interested in like a historical fiction kind of thing. I think this is
it's an interesting concept. The art was interesting. I'll say that. Beyond that, I just don't know what to expect.
Great covers. It's pure, very much a period piece.
Al Noir.
Yes. Al would like this. Sparks is not a good Asian. I am not. I'm not an Asian. Yeah. So something to watch for. I think it could be good.
I might have to buy it on Porn Sack alone, man.
The writer's name.
He's like a Asian version of Rorschach, Porn Sack.
So this is actually, this is the preview that was in the back of this 3-page preview here is what was in the back of Nocterra.
Yeah, okay.
So check that out. If you didn't read Nocterra, go ahead and read the preview on previews. But also go pick up Nocterra and read it. What are you doing?
Yeah, we'll get to that in a moment, though.
Yeah. So we've got Hey Kids Comics Volume 2, Profits and Loss, 1 of 6. I don't know anything about this. Howard Chaykin is the writer and the artist and the cover artist. I didn't realize there was a Volume 1, but something coming out. Homesick Pilots is getting a trade paperback for issues number 1 through 5. So if you haven't been reading that, waiting for the trade, here you go. It's coming up. Inkblot on to issue number 8. I was glad when issue 7 came back. It was a fun read again. I just love the cat. He's a fun character.
That's a really cool cover, though. And I've heard you guys talk quite a bit about this book here and there.
This is like every time I pick it up, it's my fun read of the week. I just sit, you don't have to think too much about it, and it's enjoyable.
See, Space Bastards is like that for me, and that's why I desperately need that.
MacB, I'm a good Asian. Well, then I guess you have to read The Good Asian. What do we got here? We got some luchadors. Mano del Destino. It's a trade paperback. Tells the tale of a once champion luchador who, after being betrayed by his friends and unmasked in the ring, agrees to a Faustian bargain with a mysterious promoter. He gains a new power and the identity of La Mano del Destino in order to exact revenge on his betrayers.
That's pretty interesting, especially since I like I love luchador plot lines that involve demasking and stuff.
Set in a swanky 1960s Mexico where lucha libre is intrinsically woven into all aspects of society. Huh. Hey. So apparently there was La Mano del Destino number 1 through 6 at some point. I flipped my notice, but
probably a while back then.
Issue 1 through 6 here.
I think indies typically take longer to get their trades.
We got some Inkblot love in the chat. Copy, I think you mean Mao, no E. That's how the cat meows in the book. What's going on, All Strands? Welcome in.
Hey, man.
So Nocterra number 2 is getting a second print. I think the coloring is the only thing that's different on this from cover A of number 2.
Looks like it, yeah.
But if you notice anything else in the chat, let us know. It looks pretty close. And then we get Noctera number 3. Awesome. We're getting to see more probably of our Blacktop Bill.
Well, yeah, I gotta say, I think this is where it's really going to hit the stride. We talked about this in our little D&D group a little bit about how the second issue didn't have as much action per se, but it was very world building. And this looks like it's about to hit its stride. And it's my favorite indie right now. That and Space Bastard, those are my top 2 indies. So
yeah. What's up, Comic Dude? Welcome in. Yeah, I would say this looks like things are going to start to get crazy. We also know that Val's brother, M, he's starting to show some signs of
pretty far along, yeah,
turning into a shade. So they're
really concerned they've now been promised 2 separate ways to cure him. Both the good guy, well, the perceived good guy and the perceived bad guy have both offered to help cure him.
Yeah. So I mean, we gotta hope something happens there. It looks like the granddaughter of the old guy getting in on the action now too. Maybe
there could be. I think there's more about her that we don't know because he keeps saying "quiet child" and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's trying to protect her from something probably. But yeah, lots of shades on the cover. I love this cover. And cover B though, oof.
Awesome, excellent.
Oof.
I'd do anything I could to get that one for sure.
Yeah. Maybe put a pre-order in.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I'm not logged in.
Yeah.
Which I have this on pool at my local shop, so I'm not going to pull it at Aegis on this, but there might be some other things that I'm going to click on. We have, what is this? North Force number 0?
Is that Savage?
It's Savage Dragon number 259, reworked and reformatted to spotlight this all-new Canadian super team. Letter pages and funnies have been replaced with bios for team members. Huh.
All right. It's interesting. These characters, I love things like that where it's just like you don't know what you're going to get with a 0 issue like that.
Yeah. And so then, so it's weird. So, right, they're saying that it was requested, or maybe you demanded it, right? Well, how did we demand it when issue 259 is just coming out right now? We haven't even had issue 259.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope he signs more copies of more issues. Yeah, that's be pretty cool. Noctera love in the chat. But yeah, I don't understand that.
That's definitely confusing.
I don't read Savage Dragon, but I know it's got some popularity. Oh, yeah. Issue 259, right? It's the second longest ongoing Image title. We got Spawn is probably the longest. This has been going on longer than The Walking Dead. And this is the B cover, the 70s trade dress kind of style up there.
They just stuck with that artwork and they said, we're going to plaster it on all the Savage Dragon books.
Yep. So we got the normal cover, we got the North Force cover, and we've got the 70s cover. Silver Coin is getting a second printing here.
I definitely enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to see what they're going to do with it next.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to order a second print on this, but I enjoyed the read and I love the art on the inside. Michael Walsh doing a great job. So
I really like the A cover a lot. I looked at all three of the covers that were at my shop and I was like, yeah, A cover is just great.
I like the Lotte, the yellow one with the guitar player on the front. That was pretty cool. We've got some trades here, and then we got Walking Dead number 14, the deluxe version, so the color version. What else we got in here? Warlock, I think I highlighted him, but shout out Warlock for hanging with us. And then we're gonna move on to Dark Horse.
I'm going to jet off here in just a few, but I'll stick with you for a few more minutes.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you wanted to stick for Dark Horse or not.
Not particularly for Dark Horse, but who knows? You might surprise me with something. I mean,
let's see. So this, I think, issue 1 just came out. Beast of Burden, Occupied Territory. I didn't pick this up, but looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. another dog, potentially horror story.
This one's like photorealistic.
Look at all those. So
you know what's crazy? There's a really wild illusion because I did not notice any of them until you said that. I only noticed it. Huh?
The wolves?
Yeah. I only noticed the 2 dogs in the tree, and then you said that, and I'm like, oh God. Like, it just popped to me.
There we go. Phil's saying you need some Black Hammer in your life.
Yeah, you've mentioned that before, actually. You must really like the Black Hammer.
This is part of the Black Hammer universe, I believe. Oh, no, this is Hellboy universe. Sorry. Too many Dark Horse universes going on in my head right now. Hey, look, we've got John Arcudi here. He's the writer for Two Moons. That's pretty cool.
Astro found his way back.
Yeah. Welcome back. Dead Dogs Bite. How about number 3 or 4?
What's up with all these dog stories?
I don't even know if there's a dog actually involved in this story.
That's a $4.99 book, though. It better be something.
Oh, we got a milk carton lost thing, which looks like a do-it-yourself lost thing on the milk carton. And then Fear Case reaching its conclusion here. Matt Kint on the writing, and Tyler Jenkins and Hillary Jenkins on the art. With a cover B, we also have God of War Fallen God number 3 of 4. So, of course, from the video game God of War. It's a pretty cool Dave Raposa cover there. And it looks like we got something for Orville, which is that TV show. Is Orville supposed to be? It's not Star Trek, right? It's like just
definitely not
a parody of Star Trek.
Yeah,
I think. Dead Dog's Bite broke 4th wall in an interesting way. Huh. All right. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Nocturne it's one of the top ones for me, for sure. Not just top indie book, top book that I'm reading.
Yeah. If you're still good, we'll keep it going.
Yeah, I'll hang out for a little bit. We got done with the DC and Image way faster than I thought we were going to.
Yeah, we're only 38 minutes in.
I'm good till 3.
Chained to the Grave number 3. I read issue 1. I think it's something I want to read the trade, but I'm like, I can't pick up all these individuals, so I'll go back and read it when it completes. I don't remember if they had some 1 in 10s for this before, so they still got a 1 in 10 going on this book. It's kind of cool. Goosebumps trade paperback and a Judge Dredd trade paperback, and then Captain Marvel Action Captain Marvel number 3. Looks like she's stuck in a video game there. And of course, there's a 1 in 10. Nicole Gao. I should probably know how to say something like that, living in New Orleans, but seems like something I should know how to say. Yeah, Seth MacFarlane's version of Star Trek without it being called Star Trek. We have not done Boom yet.
Mm-mm.
What we might just do is keep the indies going and then circle back to Marvel.
Yeah.
We also have Marvel Action Classics Spider-Man number 3. Is that Tigra?
Think so.
Her face looks bizarre. Okay, so no 1 in 10 for that one. My Little Pony trade paperback. Star Wars High Republic Adventures number 4. Of course, I just read this one finally yesterday, issue 3. So it's been pretty good.
That looks a really good. I think we talked about it before, where like you liked High Republic Adventures better than the mainline High Republic, but the artwork for the mainline High Republic to me was better than the Adventures. But that looks really good.
Yeah, this cover's pretty cool. I like it. And then there's a 1 in 10, of course, which is connecting. All the 1 in 10s have been connecting up to issue 5. That's where the connecting covers will end, unless they do a whole nother set. But I think I'm going to collect the 1 in 10s up through number 5, and then I'm going to stop collecting the 1 in 10s. Let's see what else we got. We did DC, because these, see how this is off. These are not the DC books that are on FOC this week.
Yeah, what the hell?
That's why I don't trust what's in Diamond for FOC for DC. So we'll come back to Marvel. Let me collapse that.
Okay.
You wanted to talk about something in here?
Well, no, it's not even coming out this week. I'm just saying that, like, we all, we all poked fun at Kid Collector because he loves Vampirella. So if I was like, you know what, I'm not going to just rag on this without reading it. So I picked up Vampirella versus Purgatory #1, and I actually really liked it. So issue 2 of that, I believe, comes out next week. I'm going to get issue 2, and if I like issue 2, I'm going to keep running with it because it was actually really good.
Never know what you're going to like.
Yeah. And you could be surprised by what you end up not liking.
Yeah. Boom has a lot on FOC this week.
Okay, I'm going to hear this out because you got me interested in Boom after your interview.
Starting with the Berserker #1 4th printing foil variant. So, as you know, there's been we had, huge print run for issue #1. Mm-hmm. We had 625,000 print. It sold out, so they did go back and they said we're going to print a second print. We're going to do it a foil. As Ross explained on the interview, they said we're going to do a lot. They did a 10,000 print run for the foil just so they could expedite that getting to stores. They just cut it off and started printing before they got orders in. Unfortunately, they got 30,000 orders in for that second print. So they had to, allocate. They had to allocate, right? Mm-hmm. So stores got a third of what they ordered. They had already set the same plan for the third print. And of course, the same thing has happened. I don't know what the final order count is, but the third print is going to get allocated. This print, however, are all the foils second printings? No. There were the first print foils as well. That came out 2 weeks late. So now we've got a 4th print foil, but I believe this one, they are waiting until they get all the orders in, and then they are going to print it. So it's going to take longer for it to come out, but they should be able to fulfill most or all of the orders on this one. Meaning this is probably going to have a higher print run than the second and third prints.
Huh.
And Phil has quit comics. So that, I hope that helps explain some of that for you guys, because that's what's been going on with these.
That comic seems to really be, that plus other ones that they're doing hard hitters, seems to really be putting Boom in the driver's seat.
It was a great read. I liked it. I'm looking forward to issue #2 coming out at the end of the month, April 28th. And at the same time, you'll get the Something's Killing the Children 8th printing if you bought the issue #1 Berserker foil cover. But yeah, this one will probably have a higher print run than the second or third print. Just to be on the lookout for that. Don't probably over order on this thinking it's going to be an even lower print run because it's the 4th print. We got a Buffy the Vampire Slayer trade paperback. I think that's a Jen Bartel cover. It is. That's why it looks so good.
See, Liz has been getting the few comics that she'll actually read is Buffy and Firefly. So I've been picking up stuff for her. So that might be a good trade to get for her, actually.
Yeah. And then we have a new series here. hold on.
It's a sequel to Ted.
12th print foil seconds, die cut covers, dogs and cats living together. Oh man. So we have Eve, number 1 of 5, with a cover by Ario and Andito. They're saying, for fans of Undiscovered Country and Little Bird comes a new adventure series from award-winning author Victor Laval and rising star artist Jo Mi Gyeong, who did Jim Henson's The Dark Crystal, about a dangerous journey across a future dystopian America to save the world. So ice caps melted. Most of humanity was lost, hidden to the hidden disease that was released from the ice caps. Now a mysterious girl named Eve has awoken in secret and must deal with a world that's nothing like the virtual reality she was raised in. In order to save her real father, Eve must embark on a deadly quest across the country, but she has no idea of the threats that await her or the price she'll pay to restore life to a dying planet. So I'm also getting some Origins vibe, where it was like humanity's dead and they're trying to bring it back a little bit. Seems like a really potentially interesting story. I think I already added it to my pull list before. We've got a Mirka Andolfo cover here. There's something about this teddy bear, man. Look at that eye. I don't trust him. Let me go back here. There are some ratio variants, of course. 1 in 10 virgin cover of the Andolfo. We have a 1 in 25 Yuko Shimizu cover. That's pretty cool. I like that. And then what else we got? A 1 in 50 in Hukli cover, which is pretty cool. That's probably it. That is it. There's probably going to be a 1 per store. There always seems to be for at least the first issues for Boom. Maybe it'll be a black and white of cover A, or it'll be a virgin of cover A. I'm not sure. But be on the lookout for that happening, because that seems to always happen. And Last Witch is reaching its conclusion with issue number 5 of 5. I've been really enjoying this. This has been such a great story. It's
I've heard you guys talk about that too.
Yeah, it's Boombox, so it's related. It's a younger targeted audience, but it's been a great read, and there's a cool twist in the last issue. So yeah,
highlight Real Rude 6 real quick.
What's he got?
Yeah, welcome to comics.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, you don't have to. And if someone takes the story and puts their own twist on it and makes it their own, I'm okay with it copying another story idea. It's just I don't like when it's the exact same story.
Yep.
No twist, no nothing. It's like, hey, I'm telling this, but it's just different characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's a cover B for The Last Witch. I don't remember if they continued to do ratios on this or not. Yeah, we got a 1 in 25, which is the black and white cover of that cover B. And then The Many Deaths of Layla Starr number 1, which I believe should be coming out this week.
Yeah.
Is getting a second printing by Christian Ward. I love his art.
That is awesome.
I'm excited for this story. And look at this. It's a series for fans of the Wicked and the Divine. So I know Caroline's going to like this one. I've been reading the Wicked and Divine recently, and it is a solid story. That's from Image Comics. It's been, I don't remember how long ago that actually came out, but it's been a while. And it's Ram V who's writing Swamp Thing right now. And he's done Justice League Dark. Which I know you're liking Justice League Dark.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I think there's a combination of a lot of good things.
I have not caught up to his stuff, though. I'm still reading the Tanyan stuff.
Yeah. But yeah. So there's a second print. So usually when a second print happens before the story's even out, 1, we probably got some hype behind it. 2, not a lot of people are going to order the second print because they haven't even sold their first prints at the
I
store.
was going to say that does seem interesting that
So it might have a low print run.
Maybe they just saw that the demand of it was higher than what they anticipated.
Yeah. And then we've got issue number 2 of 5 also on FOC this week. What's really interesting is it's the Avatar of Death is part of this story. And I read I think there was a preview in one of the books. I don't remember which one. One of the ones I just read this week. And Death got, like, the Avatar of Death got fired by God.
Huh.
So I don't know what that actually means for the world, but
means people stop dying, maybe, or maybe that causes reincarnation.
Maybe. The cover B is a foil cover by Mike Del Mundo. This is an awesome cover, and I think that's going to look fantastic as a foil. I don't like the fact that everything is getting a foil cover, but ooh, look at this one.
Boom seems to like the foils.
Jeff DeCall, killing it. That's awesome. Look at the smoke. We got a skull.
Yeah.
Oh, that is fantastic.
Okay. I may have to pick up a copy because I have been hearing a little bit about that, and I may have to draw that. You said it's this week when the first print comes?
I believe so. I'd have to do a quick little search here. Many deaths. Nope, sorry, next week. Okay. Next week.
I was gonna say.
I knew it was soon.
That's crazy though. There's already a second print. They had to have been underestimating what they thought people wanted.
Yeah, this is the interior art. For those curious. And then so this is the Avatar of Death. Oh, it doesn't show it here, but in the preview, I guess this is like supposed to be God here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't show it here, but in the preview in one of the Boom comics I just read, shows Death getting fired. It's pretty interesting. We've got Mighty Morphin trade paperback volume 1. I thought we already had this. I could be wrong, but we only find them when they're dead. Trade paperback volume 1. So if you missed it before, you can order it again. Yes, that's what we were just. Yeah, this is the second print here.
He was saying that because we were asking why they were already doing a.
Oh no! Then he said that, and then he
yeah,
he remembered what we just said. She's
Callie, the goddess Callie.
Thank you. And then, so if you missed out on which I found out what happened. So I pre-ordered the hardcover, volume 1 of Wind, which is a limited thing for comic shops. Well, apparently that got allocated too. And so I missed getting that. But now they're doing a regular trade paperback volume 1 of Wind, which this is not cover art by Simone DeMeo. This is cover art by Michael Dialynas. So they made a mistake there. Wind then, of course, is returning. So it's no longer of 5. We're on Wind number 6. This volume 2 will be 5 issues. So we should go 6 through 10 on this. James Tynion, if you remember, we learned that on Tuesday. Michael Dialynas on the art, great cover A, and then we have a Ryan Gonzalez cover B tarot card cover, which is really cool. I love the colors on this one. And I think we have a ratio. Mirka Andolfo. That is awesome cover. Is that a good read? We only find them when they're dead. Absolutely. It's if you're like sci-fi and I guess dead gods floating in space, then yes. Real rude. What did I do? There are 4 James Titans. I just had to say it a few times. And shout out to T Ravis who just joined in.
Cool, man. How are you doing?
But yeah, this is an awesome cover here. I don't know. I'm hoping there's not any more ratio beyond that. There is not. But yeah, that concludes Boom Studios. So lots going on this week. We got Berserker #1 4th print, Eve #1, Last Switch 5 of 5, Many Deaths of Layla Star 1 2nd print, and then #2, and then Wind returns with #6 in its trade paperback. Got a couple other trade paperbacks. Oof, it's a big Boom week.
Yeah.
How you doing, Danny?
I'm gonna head out in just a second. What do you got here? What's this comics? This is just all the smaller publishers, I guess.
Yeah, this is the smaller publishers. This is
what the hell? I'll run through this with you, and then I'm out of here.
Donnie Cates wrote the series Baby Teeth before. It's returning at issue 17. Long last, the final 4 issues is happening. I actually have issue 1 through 15. I got in like a sale. I haven't gotten to read them yet, but now I guess I have to read them and then find issue 16. What else we got here? This is interesting. I love this author, Brandon Sanderson. He writes a lot of novels. And I bought this off of Vault's website, but it has this cover here. So I don't know if this is a re-release. We got a new cover here or what the case is, but that's a cool cover for it too. They actually have this sitting literally right here. Brandon Sanderson's Dark One.
And you always have the books that are being talked about, like within reach.
Because I was talking about this one recently. Bada Big Boom.
It's like I'm ready for somebody to just like bring up like a Silver Age comic that's like really random, not a key or anything, and then you just go, "Oh yeah, I got it right here."
What's going on, Entropy in Comics? Shout out to you. But yeah, that's that's just a random thing from Vault. But I like that they did this. Bite Size is getting a trade paperback from AWA Upshot. Captain Canuck Season 0 looks like a trade. Here we have Aftershock Comics doing a one-shot comic with Colin Bunn, which I believe was supposed to be a horror comic, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, this might be something. It's one issue. I never see Aftershock do a one-shot like this. Seems like something worth checking out. Harrowing horror romance conceived and written by Colin Bunn. $6.99, so it's probably a bigger book. See if there's any. They have a 1 in 10 incentive on it by Tony Harris. That must be the tattoo artist that they're talking about. And Aftershock doesn't usually do anything. Yeah, no 1 in 25 or anything. Usually the most they do is a 1 in 10. Look at that Astro Wizard saying, "I need that. I am a tattoo artist."
Huh.
Usually says OA if it's a re-release. Where, like up in this area, Phil? I'm not sure. Maybe it never was in previews before. Maybe it's just been on their website because that's where I bought it from. So I don't know. What's going on, Hyper? Welcome in. Yes, up there. Okay, so it's saying it's not a re-release, so maybe it's just only been on Vault's website, which would be odd. What is this? So this is from Titan Comics. We have Extraordinary number 0, and it's only $1. Brand new series expands deeper into the world of Schwab's critically acclaimed novels Vicious and Vengeful. Set in the years between Vicious and Vengeful, Extraordinary follows a teenage girl named Charlotte Tills who survives a bus crash, becomes EO, Extraordinary, gaining the ability to see people's deaths in reflective surfaces. Interesting. I like that cover.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's only $1.
Right? Let's see, is there a and there's no incentives or anything on it, so interesting. All right, well, there you go. Extraordinary number 0. OA offered again. And EO extraordinary. Yeah, Bridge Book joins the arcs. Hey, it's a really cool cover though. Hollow Heart number 3. I've been enjoying this one. It's definitely an emotional kind of read. And I think issue 3 things are going to get a little dark, and it kind of looks like that based on this cover here. I don't think there are any other covers for this. There are not. So, yeah.
Wasn't there a bunch of variants for the first one? I remember.
Yeah, Vault tends to do a cover A, cover B, sometimes a cover C, and then they'll do like a 1 in 15 and a 1 in 30, and sometimes a 1 per store for issue 1. And then usually after that, they do either just a cover A or a cover A and B. Issue 2 had an A and B. But yeah. Oh, here. What? It's right next to it. There it is. Cover B. Jen Hickman. She did the cover B on issue 2. And I think she did a cover E or something for issue 1. Let's see what else we got here. Black Mask Studios is over here. Last Song number 4. I missed Last Song number 1 through 3. But new artist takes over pencils and inks for the last issue of this. Interesting. And then Sally Cantorino, I think, does colors on I Walk with Monsters, is doing some colors on this one, it looks like. All right. So moving on from that, we've got a new AWA Upshot story here. Marjorie Finnegan, Temporal Criminal number 1. Okay. She's Marjorie Finnegan. She's a temporal
time-traveling criminal, then I guess.
What more do you need to know? All right, that's it. Done, guys. All she wants to do is race up and down the timeline, stealing every shiny, gleamy, pretty sparkly she can lay her hands on.
Well, that's cool.
But her larcenous trail from the Big Bang to 95th Reich has drawn the beady eye of the Temporal Police Department, whose number 1 deputy marshal is now hard on our heroine's trail.
I kind of want to check this out.
Interesting.
That does seem really good. That almost has like that Space Bastards kind of what the hell are we doing here feel, you know?
Yeah. There was last week there was Time Shoppers by Tony Fleeks. It was a trade paperback or hardcover or something like that, where he was traveling through time, supposed to be fixing like big events that happened, like killing baby Hitler or something like that. And instead he was taking the money he was given to go and buy things in the past to, you know, make money in the future.
Oh, that's neat.
So
yeah, both those sound
two interesting. And this is even more interesting. AWA Upshot usually does like 5-issue series. This is 8 issues here.
Okay. Right on. I want to keep this one in mind. Actually, this is probably my big takeaway one today that I didn't already know I was going to get.
Here we go. Marge's only ally, a guy called Tim, and he's just ahead.
Okay, that's like freaking Lollipop Chainsaw, if you know what that is. It's a PlayStation game.
Oh,
It's a cheerleader that like fights zombies. She keeps her boyfriend's head like on her hip.
Free Comic Book Day pre-order time 2 right now. My subservice asked me to pick 6 freebies during checkout. Free Comic Book Day is that in August now? I can't remember. August.
It was Free Comic Book Month last year.
Well, yeah. Well, it was like, yeah, it kept going over the summer. They do a
Yeah.
few of them at a time on New Comic Book Days. But we're getting an actual full-on free comic book day this year. So,
But in August, not in May.
yeah, I think it's in August. I could be wrong on the month. It might be October, but I think it's August.
Oh, dang.
I think it's August. Let's see. Phil's saying I got all the variants for Marjorie, but didn't pre-order number 2. What's going on, said Pool? Happy
What are all
Sunday
the-
to you too.
Oh, wait, there are. Yeah, there are variants there. I didn't see that. Can we take a look at those?
Hold on. Same writer as Garth Ennis. Same writer as the boys. So we've got cover B by Mike Diodato. We have a cover C by Frank Cho.
Huh.
Interesting.
It's nice. I'm gonna watch out for that.
And let's see, are there any? I've never seen AWA Upshot do ratios, but yeah, okay. Good job, Hyper. I believe it's August. Yeah, absolutely. So we got something from Action Lab here. Miranda and Maelstrom number 6. Some Xenoscope, Myth and Legends Quarterly, Dragon Clan. We got Oni Press, Rick and Morty.
Robin Hood Voodoo.
Gotta shout out this cover here by Tony Fleeks because we did an interview with him on the channel. So gotta shout him out. Great art.
Cool.
What else we got? Vampire the Masquerade number 8 from Vault Comics.
Interesting.
With writing by Tim Seeley, Teeny Howard, and Blake Howard. Interesting. I actually ended up getting the first 4 issues of this because I was getting some David Mack covers, and they were the first 4 of this were kind of thrown in with something I was getting, and they're like hollow covers of his art. So that was really cool. So I've got to read issue 1 through 4 now and see if I want to read any more of it. We Live number 5 is getting a second printing, and this was a really good conclusion to this story. I loved it. Absolutely. Wes is saying if it's Garth Ennis, he has to pick it up. So there you go. Learning about some new Garth Ennis stuff. Shout out to Perpetual Comics. What's going
up, man?
on? Let's see what else. Anything else in here? We got the trade paperback for We Live Volume 1 for those of you waiting for that. We got Year Zero trade paperback Volume 2 and Zombie Tramp.
It's pretty raunchy stuff.
Trading cards, some baseball, some Star Wars Bounty Hunters. So that's a VK box right there. And for you,
all right, well, I'm gonna jet on out of here, man. I got some stuff we got to take care of. We're both hungry too. So I'm glad you had me on here, man. There's a lot of stuff this week. I do like coming on here from time to time, and especially on a heavy week like this for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Provide my inputs.
Yeah, especially DC stuff because you're reading more of that than I am right now.
Yeah, there's a lot this go around with it. Yeah. Yeah. So I guess you've got a whole second hour worth of show here to cover Marvel then, because they got.
Yeah, I'll probably be on for another maybe 15, 20 minutes with Marvel, but that'll be it. So we'll head into that, and you'll head into your day.
Yep, everybody, catch y'all later.
See you, man. Thanks for hanging. All right, we'll move on into to the Marvel section here, and then we'll wrap it up. We've got Amazing Spider-Man 65. It is now all out war between looks like we've got the Sinister Syndicate. We've got all of these people fighting against Spider-Man because of Wilson Fisk, trying to get the Tablets of Life and Destiny and Death and Entropy and kill Boomerang. So yeah, that's going on there. We've got America Chavez, number 3 of 5 here. Great cover A by Sarah Pacelli. Love it. Yeah, we're gonna learn who's been tormenting her, and we've got a good cover B here by who we got? Betsy Cola. Love the that pose there. What else we got? Any ratios on this one? No ratios that are showing up in previews, anyways. Carnage, Black, White, and Blood, number 1 of 4, second printing Gleason variant. So it's not showing here, but it is essentially the cover A first print. And instead of a red background, it's a white background, but the inside of the figure and everything is exactly the same. Bounty Hunters Alpha Black Armor. What's up, grown man Wesley? America Chavez has been good. Exactly. I need to pick up issue number 2 still. I kind of skipped that last week with everything that was going on. We've got Carnage, Black, White, and Blood, number 3 of 4. A great cover by Greg Smallwood here. We've got lots of different interior artists and writers doing stories for this. And then there will be, also, sorry, for the second printing, there is a Peach Momoko 1 in 25 second printing variant, which is just black and white version of her cover for number 1. There is a Kevin Eastman Carnage, Black, White, and Blood cover. Is that right? That's surprising. I wonder if that art has been revealed anywhere that we're not seeing yet. Let's see. Nope, image coming soon. And it's Kevin Eastman, so we know the cover art isn't going to be revealed probably until the last second. Interesting. Yeah. All right. I'm not seeing it, so I'm thinking that means we don't have it being revealed, but I didn't realize he was doing any covers for Marvel. We move on to well, let me see if 3 of 4 has any. That was a 9, so I need 8-0. Looks like we do have some other covers that don't have art revealed, so some ratios in here. Just one, though. One ratio. Moving on to Children of the Atom number 3. Look like we got some X-Men stuff going on here. These new characters that very much look like Cyclops and Dark Archangel and some others. So who are the X-Men sidekicks behind the masks? Meanwhile, a brand new alternative medicine is changing lives at school, but who's recruiting the victims? I mean, patients. So we're going to learn the origin of the Children of the Atom. We've got Conan Barbarian's Omnibus, a couple of different covers for that. Hellions goes on to issue number 11, Psylocke versus Betsy Braddock. Of course, we talked about this before, where it's not the same Psylocke, between the two of them. So we'll see how that plays out. And this, which I can't see me reading this one. Heroes Reborn, 1 of 7. Welcome to a world where Tony Stark never built an Iron Man armor, where Thor is a hard-drinking atheist who despises hammers, where Wakanda is dismissed as a myth, and where Captain America was never found in the ice because there were no Avengers to find him. Instead, this world has always been protected by Earth's mightiest heroes, the Squadron Supreme of America, and now the Squadron faces an attack from some of their fiercest enemies like Dr. Juggernaut, the Black Skull, the Silver Witch, and Thanos with his Infinity Rings. But why is the Daywalker Blade the one man alive who seems to remember that the entire world has somehow been reborn? Yeah, I hear you. We have a Wonder Woman knockoff here with Art Germ on the cover. I don't see how that's not Wonder Woman right there. We have confirmation that Mephisto is coming to the MCU here, right? Right, guys? That's what that is? I'm just kidding. It's a Bagley trading card variant, which that is. I'll give it credit there. That trading card variant does look cool. And then we also have another trading card variant here with Blade on the cover, which looks pretty cool. But he is the only one that knows that the world has been reborn, so that's interesting. We've got a Kasara Stormbreaker variant with Blade on the cover there. It's interesting that they are doing a Blade-centric kind of story, given we know he's coming. He is going to be in the MCU, of course. We've got a John Tyler Christopher action figure variant in the style from... This is the style of action figure variant he was doing back in 2014, 2015. I think it was 2015. So here we go with Hyperion, Squadron Supreme. And then we have a Coelho gatefold variant. Which I guess is, yeah, this is going on. This is weird. But yeah, there's Dr. Juggernaut, which I like Jugger Doom or something like that a little bit better, but you know, they, I think Art Germ turned in the wrong cover. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. It's an alternate universe kind of thing, but this is Future State again, right? This is Marvel copying DC's Future State. T. Ravis, if you end up having some real funny opinions on them, you should do like a Roger style review of Heroes Reborn on Spinetix. Just be funny with it, like he was doing. Carlos Pacheco cover. So we've got tons of different covers on here. I think that's the last one showing up. So let's see if that takes me to that one. That takes me to that one. There's an Art Germ Virgin cover. There is... Oh, that's Heroes Reborn 2. There might be some other some ratio variants in there besides the Virgin cover, so just keep an eye out for that. We got to get the Marvel style of the Future State reviews in. Immortal Hulk number 46. So this is getting really close to the end. Issue 50 is the end. Of course, another great Alex Ross cover. And we have another great homage cover here, this time to the X-Men. Looking at some different Gamma people here. Trade paperback volume 9 of some of the Immortal Hulk stuff. Let's see. Some omnibuses for Hulk. Iron Fist, Heart of the Dragon, number 5 of 6. So somehow I feel like only issue number 1 of this has come out. Maybe issue 2 has also, but somehow FOC, we've got issue number 5 of 6. For all you Ironheart fans, there you go. This is a cool cover. I like this. We got a little dragon. We got I forget that character's name, but she's a little fighting force there. And we got a Loki omnibus with a Mark Brooks cover. Look at this. That is a nice cover. I'm digging that art. And of course, we have like a more classic cover here as well. Yeah. I think for Heroes Reborn, they're not quite, they're not hitting Eternals #1 levels, but it's not, it's not that. I don't like when they go a little overboard with the variants, but there's still some cool art on them. I think the covers on Heroes Reborn #1 is better than some of the Heroes Reborn variants that they've done. We have Marauders #20. Look at this, a flashback kind of cover here with Kitty Pryde, Storm, and Nightcrawler. Yeah. Miles Morales trade paperback here. Ultimate End. Got some other trade paperbacks here. And then we move into the Star Wars Bounty Hunters Alpha Director Cut #1. We don't even have this story out yet. We've already got a Alpha Director Cut. This black armor on the cover. Yeah, already getting a director's cut before we get the first one out. They're both on FOC. So interesting thing there. Star Wars Bounty Hunters Alpha #1. So you get both the Alpha and this on FOC at the same time. Or sorry, not the Alpha, the director's cut at the same time. Boba Fett trying to get Han Solo taken to Jabba the Hutt, and all of these other bounty hunters are coming after him. Of course, we've got a John Tyler Christopher action figure variant with the Boba Fett black armor here. And then we have a Crimson variant. So this is just a red version of cover A. And then we have a Lenil Francis Yu variant. Look at this one. I like it. I think that was the last one showing. So let's see if we got anything else hidden in here. That's the action figure. That's the director's cut. We have the director's cut sketch variant, which looks insane. Let's take a step back and do... Oops. Anything else in there? I don't think so. So there's probably more in there, but it's what's not showing up on previews for us right now. And yeah, this is the Alpha, so then it ties into Star Wars, Dr. Aphra. What else? Not High Republic stuff, obviously. The Bounty Hunters series, and what's the other series going on right now? Is it Darth Vader? Does it tie into the Darth Vader one? Yeah, pretty cool black armor there. And then Strange Academy is reaching issue number 10. They're going on a field trip to Asgard. Got to get their permission slips, of course. So Emily's recovering fully now from what happened in issue number 6. But she's still a little messed up from all of that. Of course, we've got our Art Adams character spotlight variant here. This is awesome cover here. I've been collecting all of those. And then I don't think we have a third cover, interestingly enough. So just 2 covers of Strange Academy this week for the FOC. Yeah, they've been advertising that Bounty Hunters event pretty well. Aphra, Vader, Bounty Hunters, and ongoing Star Wars. Yeah. Awesome. We also have Thanos Quest Marvel Tales #1. It has Thanos Quest #1 through 2 in here. It's a really great cover by Joshua Swaby. Really like that. And moving on from that, we have the Marvels #2. They said issue #1, there were some new characters. Of course, this is Alex Ross on the covers. We got a lot of different characters involved in this story, including Arrow, the Punisher, Black Cat, Melinda May, the Terrible Tinkerer, and so many more. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up issue #1 if I can find it on the shelf, but I'm not going to stress too much about getting it. We got here the Union 5 of 5 finally coming to an end here. I don't know if this series is going to have the same buzz that the new Agents of Atlas ended up having. I read issue 1. I stopped after that. It stopped tying into King in Black as well. But we also have, of course, Thor and Loki, Double Trouble, #3 of 4. They're in an alternate universe where they run into Jane Foster, Goddess of Thunder. We have an X-Men by Chris Claremont and Jim Lee omnibus here. So this collects Uncanny X-Men 244 to 269, X-Men Annual #13, and Classic X-Men #39. We also have, let's see. It looks like the same thing, just different cover here. It says new printing. But yeah, same thing there. And then we have X-Men Curse of the Man-Thing. Let's see. Just checking out the chat. You know, everything's tied in except High Republic for the event. Yeah, but there are references to the High Republic in the ongoing stuff in the more, I guess, present timeline. But yeah, X-Men Curse of the Man-Thing. So we just had Avengers Curse of the Man-Thing. Now it's time for the X-Men meeting up with Man-Thing. Got some interesting things going on with this. This is part 3 of 3. So that should end the Man-Thing anniversary kind of celebration going on with this book. Great cover here by Zetro with Magic and Man-Thing on the cover. And then we have X-Men Inferno Prologue Omnibus with 2 different covers. So that wraps up Marvel. That wraps up all of Final Order Cutoff. What's going on, Whodat? Shout out to you. But yeah, as always, you know, I've talked about on here, if you were to want to set up with Aegis Comics of Alaska, of course, you can utilize this this discount code with them. Sparks15 saves you 15% at their website. And then also what you can do is set up a pool box with them by emailing them at admin@aegiscomicsalaska.com. And really, I only recommend this for those of you that are not happy with your local comic shop, because one, it is going to take a little bit of time to ship. Of course, you're not going to get stuff on New Comic Book Day, but they are pretty quick at shipping. You should have it by Monday at the latest, even though it is coming from Alaska. And so once you do that and they set you up, you put your information into previews, and suddenly you can add things to order or add things to your wish list. And then you can go to your pool box and check out, you know, what's coming up, what's on your weekly pool. So for this, so there's nothing for the week of April 14th, which I thought I had something potentially. This should be coming out April 14th. Yeah. So I don't know why it says that, but You Promised Me Darkness, of course, comes out this week on April 14th. And then on Thursday this week, the day after that comes out, we are going to have Caroline and I will be doing an interview with Damian Connolly, the writer of You Promised Me Darkness and artist of You Promised Me Darkness. Of course, this book from Behemoth Comics, who I'm wearing a Behemoth shirt today, so shout out to them. Really appreciate the books that they've been putting out. And this one I'm very looking forward to. So be on the lookout for that at your shop. I think one of the covers to look for with that is is going to be the 1 in 5 variant by Anna Shadowcat. Let me see if I can find that. 55 maybe? Nope, too far. 54. Nope. All right. I don't know what order these are showing up in on here. There's cover C. And it doesn't like that. There's cover E. There's the nude variant. There it is. Anna Shadowcat did the cover here with a black cat on it. So this is a pretty cool cover. I definitely have that on pre-order already, just so I don't miss out on it, but I should get one at my shop. Let's see what we got here. Might grab that War of the Bounty Hunters. So there's a one-shot alpha story, which sets up the War of the Bounty Hunters. And then what you'd have to do is read the next issues for Dr. Aphra, the Star Wars ongoing, Darth Vader, and the Bounty Hunters ongoing. So there's 4 books that it ties into that you could pick up a single issue of each of them along with the Bounty Hunters Alpha. I'm assuming the way Marvel usually does things, there should be a Bounty Hunters Omega at the end of it. Anything from Scout coming out this Wednesday? That is a good question. New this week. So though Scout doesn't show up on FOC within previews, it does show up in the comics and graphic novel section on the previews website. I'll leave that up. So let's take a look. We've got Atlantis Wasn't Built for Tourists, getting a trade paperback from Scout, which is 4 issues, I believe. I actually have those now, and I haven't gotten to read it yet. Children of the Grave, number 4 is from Scout, coming out this week. And let's see what else we've got. If we got any other Scout in here. We got something from Mad Cave, Honor and Curse number 10. Some Behemoth here, Hotline Miami, 8 of 8. Let's see. Here's a new one from Scout, Locust number 1. Most of humanity has fallen victim to a terrible plague that turned them into giant locusts. As the locusts consume the earth, the uninfected survivors struggle to stay alive. During the great transformation, a fisherman and his elderly mother try to escape a decimated New York City. Can they survive? Interesting post-apocalyptic kind of thing going on there. What's going on? No Good? Welcome in. We just finished up the FOC part, and we got a question about Scout Comics coming out this week. Here's one to watch for too. A very odd one, but Xenoscope Entertainment's putting this one out. Man, Goat, and Bunny Man number 1. If Perpetual Comics is still in here, shout out to him for putting me onto this one. Got a Pulp Fiction kind of cover here on cover A. But yeah, it's talking about these guys are kind of like the Bigfoot, the Jersey Devil, Loch Ness Monster. But they're actually protecting us from these creatures, and they're a myth on their own. Maniac of New York number 3. Speaking of Pulp Fiction, Arrow Psyche #2, Pulp Fiction variant there. Let me see if there's any other Scout. We probably don't have any more Scout coming out. Nope, we do. Murder Hobo Chaotic Neutral #1. Here we go. Joseph Schmalke doing the writing, of course. And I loved, I think I've read the first one. I think there's one other that I have but haven't read. So this is an interesting world, very D&D like, of course, and we know murder hoboing is a bad idea in D&D. Don't do it. Paranormal Hitman #3 from Behemoth, of course. I've loved this story, so be on the lookout for that this week. Still looking to see if there's any other. This is one I'll be picking up this week. Phantom on the Scan. Let's see, any other Scout? Scout's Honor, of course, coming out this week. Should have an advanced review for you guys maybe on Monday or Tuesday morning. Serial #2 second print, Serial #3 coming out, and then here's another Scout Comics Shit Show #3. So I gotta pick that one up. We also have Space Bastards #4 this week. It's got to be all from Scout, I think. That is everything from Scout, and plus some others I just threw some shout outs in there for. What's kind of making me nervous is You Promised Me Darkness isn't showing up on here. So hopefully that doesn't mean that Diamond did something stupid and has delayed it, because that's kind of not cool of them if they did that. But they seem to like to do that to Behemoth, so may not be too surprising if it doesn't show up in shops on Wednesday. I really hope that's not true. But really hoping that it is happening this week. If it doesn't, and Damien wants to reschedule to the day after it comes out next week, then we may do that. But we'll keep you posted on that with the interview. But that's a not so nice surprise to see that that's the case, that it's not listed for what's releasing this week, when I know it's supposed to be releasing this week. Yeah, Maniac in New York. Locust looks interesting. Yeah, no problem. It's not. Just figure I'd do a quick run through of that with you guys, because I'm not. I always talk about what's happening on the FOC, but I never really talked to you guys about what's happening this week. So it was good to get to go through that. What is this? This is from Second Sight Publishing, Freak Show Night #1. Looks interesting. Definitely have to keep an eye out for that. Duplicant #1 of 3. Also Second Sight Publishing. So that's a new publisher. I think they're the ones that reached out to me. I have some reviews to do for them. So I gotta catch up on that today. Yeah, that's those areas. From Boom, we've got some Power Rangers. We got Proctor Valley Road #2. Lots from Marvel. IDW's got some Kanto, Change of the Grave, Usagi Yojimbo, Dark Horse. We got some stuff going on. Jenny Zero #1 I'm looking forward to this week. And then Image Home I'm really looking forward to. Carmen #2. Homesick Pilots #5. Scumbag #7. Definitely. It's an overall pretty light week, though, especially if You Promise Me Darkness gets pushed. I don't know how many books I'm actually going to have this week. Probably not too many. But yeah, there we go, guys. That's a little bit of a preview for this week. Marvel wise, maybe I'll pick up Spider's Shadow this week. Daredevil. Yeah, it's a pretty light week. So thank you guys for hanging with me through that. See what else the chat's saying here. Do I collect figures? Not too many. I mean, I've got this one behind me, which actually lights up. The light there, and then the light up top. Spider-Man in the background with me. I've been getting some stuff from Lewis, some clay statues and stuff. I've got a couple Spider-Gwen things off camera over there. Mostly pops are the other things that I have, but trying not to get those anymore and maybe selling some of those off. Thank you, Justin. Speaking of that, I'm going to be hopefully figuring out today what I want to do for the giveaway and record something for you guys. And what we'll do is it'll be like drop a comment with a certain hashtag, and then I'll be able to run a giveaway based off of the comments with the hashtags, and then maybe give out some more stuff to whoever's there for the live show. Thank you, Troy. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me for the last hour and 45 minutes or so. Have a good Sunday. Hopefully we'll catch you Thursday for the interview with Damian Connolly. Hopefully his book is still coming out on Wednesday. If something happens, we might reschedule. If not, we might just do it anyways and talk about the book, hype it up for the week after, because I already know it's going to be good. I have a lot of faith in what Behemoth's been putting out. So definitely one I'm looking forward to. But yeah, thank you guys again for hanging out, and let's end it on a Woody FOC. Woody. FOC.